Good morning. G'day, it's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor. Here with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for 14th. Don't know why I have to check that every day. Should remember it from yesterday. Anyway, it's the 14th of January, and Bitcoin forks pumping overnight is probably one of the main things we're going to, one of the things we're going to discuss today. We'll get into that in a second. I'm just going to post. I've already posted up. I'm just going to come into the live chat. Sorry, won't be a second. Funny Eagle in, Floyd, Jace. How are you guys? Yeah, so the Bitcoin fork's experiencing pretty big pumps overnight. We'll get into that in a second. We've got a few more in for the conversation, so we can actually get a good back and forth game, bit of discussion. In the meantime, let's have a look at the rest of the market. Just going to see how it's trending. It has come back nicely last time I checked. Adam Tazen, Maddie, bonjour. Ça va? Oh, Discord's beeping away. Seb, what's up, man? Afternoon. Well, it's good morning here. Well, it depends on which side of the border you're on. No, I'm a little early, so it's good morning regardless of which side of the border you're on. Just getting the view all up, guys, so we can check out the last hour. Sound drivers just tanked on your computer or mine? You guys can hear me, right? You know Fishy's tech skills. Goodness gracious. Not the best. Okay, last 24 hours looks pretty solid. Whoa, some really big gamers up there. Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin Gold. What the fork? Peter M, what's going on? Yeah, so a couple of forks doing really well. Bitcoin Diamond had some interesting action overnight as well, which I'd like to investigate in a bit more detail in today's show, which should be fun. A couple of theories that I've got about that. Okay, so market cap sitting at 743 billion. Trade volume's healthy, $40 billion over the last 24 hours, and BTC dominance at 32.5%, staying fairly steady at the moment, that BTC dominance. Bitcoin itself is currently sitting at $14,397 and up 2.13% in the last 24 hours. Litecoin's made a good run back, guys. Up 11%, $265. Good to see for Litecoin fans there. All right, I think we've got enough people in the convo. I want to start talking about these Bitcoin forks and what the hell's going on. I really do. Bitcoin Gold and Bitcoin Diamond, I don't understand what's going on. So what I'm going to do is bring you over to screen share and have a look at a couple of bits of information that I've found that might help us all to understand it. And guys, I want your comments on this, but remember when I'm in screen share, I can't actually see your comments because I haven't figured that part out yet. So put them in and we'll get back to them after we've had a look. Screen sharing now. Okay. So we can see here, where are we? Bitcoin Gold is up ridiculously. Okay. Let's just have a look at the markets before. Now, this is an article I found. I just want to read it to you and perhaps suggest some caution in the current price of Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold price pumps to over $325 because YOLO, which I understand is a Southeast Asian rap artist. I'm joking. Every weekend has at least one cryptocurrency which gets pumped for no apparent reason. Very true. Whereas this usually pertains to smaller currencies, it seems this weekend it's Bitcoin Gold's turn. More specifically, the Bitcoin Gold price has increased by 50% over the past 24 hours, even though there is zero reason for this development. Key point there, guys. It is evident some group of people want to inflate the Bitcoin Gold price and market cap, but this momentum won't last all that long. Interesting point of view. Bitcoin Gold price surpasses $325 once again. Ever since Bitcoin Gold launched, a lot of people have been wondering what purpose this currency serves exactly, including Fish. I might have added that part. It is not to answer other than it being another Bitcoin hard fork. In terms of solutions, unique features, or mass merchant adoption, there is nothing that sets BG apart. For some reason, the Bitcoin gold price is getting a massive pump all of a sudden. People who buy in near the top will get burned eventually. Will get burned eventually though. Where that top lies is anyone's guess at this time. It's a good point. To be more specific, the Bitcoin gold price has increased by 50.37% over the past 24 hours. That is a clear sign that is just a pump and dump scheme rather than natural growth, especially when considering how the Bitcoin gold price has been stuck around $300 and lower for several weeks now. Although all markets are recovering, a 50% overnight increase is anything but normal, even in cryptocurrency. Then again, this altcoin may soar to $500 or more for all we know. Additionally, Bitcoin Gold also notes a 44% gain over Bitcoin in the same time period. We all know how Bitcoin has become a victim of its own success with high fees and transaction delays. As a result, most altcoins tend to surge in value, albeit in far less spectacular fashion than Bitcoin Gold is showing right now. While these gains result in solid profits for those who bought BTG at under $300, it remains to be seen if there is much room for further growth. The high of 362 was rejected almost immediately, which is only normal. I think it's a good article. I think there's a couple of holes that we can fill in that, and I'm just going to bring you over to screen share to show you that. You coming on the show today, Karan? No. What do you mean no? It's a good thing I'm on screen share. All right, let's have a look at what I was going to talk about. Bitcoin Gold. All right, what I wanted to show you here, guys, is trade volumes. It's an important thing to keep an eye on, and the Koreans know how to pump a coin. As simple as that. If you look at every major move in the crypto economy, it tends to come from the Korean one. They know how to pump a coin. This is why we got so bullish on Icon, and this is why I was so bullish after the announcement that PIVX was being added to Upbit. I thought it would see a good sustained price growth, and to this point that has proven true. So yeah, you can check your trade volumes to see where this action's coming from, and in this case it's Korean one. All right, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about Bitcoin diamonds. I'm coming back to the chat to get your opinions and see where we go. You are screen sharing. I'm going to stop screen sharing and come back to the chat. Hey guys. Boo. Okay. Let's have a look. Hashtag Dirty Water Boys, Third Coast Flounder Gigging. Welcome. How you going, mate? I'm going good. How you going? You spelled going wrong. It's Garn, G-A-R-N. How you going? Get it right. Oh, you got it, Ethercept, man. It was a pleasure. I actually enjoyed it. You know, it was tough because the trade volumes are quite low over there, but I think we did well, man. I think we did really well. I was sort of checking relative dollar values just then. I think we did well. I'm pretty happy, Ethercept. I helped Ethercept out last night. This is what we do a bit in our crew, guys. You know, we help each other out. Ethercept's helped out a hell of a lot of our crew. So when he was struggling to get his coins onto exchange to buy Dragon Chain, which is what Ethercept stacked into on the lows last night with Fishy's help, yeah, I offered to go and make that purchase for him. And the best part about that, you know what was really cool, is that because of the KuCoin's referral system, like with for the moment, I want to clarify that this is until I believe March, and it reduces down to a 15% bonus. But for the moment, 40% of those trade fees actually go back to not to the exchange, but to the person who referred me. And guess who referred me? D. And I did a substantial amount of trading on my account last night on behalf of Ethercept. So D is going to get a healthy commission. So, you know, it works. It just goes around, right? Ethercept got the coins he was after without having to stress about it because the exchange was taking a long time. I got to have some fun trading and, you know, making sure that I could get the best deal I could for Ethercept, and then D's going to get a great commission. So worked out for everyone. It was fun, man. I enjoyed it. Bitcoin Gold is bigger than Icon right now. Yeah, it's interesting, Seb. like I said, with no development, with no one really understanding exactly what value addition it brings over Bitcoin. Okay, ASIC resistant mining, but there are other altcoins in the market that do that, and perhaps arguably that have far better features. I still like Vertcoin for the features. It's gone. Vertcoin's had a terrible run after the halvening. I guess people do tend to buy up to those events and then sell into them. So yeah, well, I've come down from highs on Vertcoin, but I mean, I bought it at less than $1. So I said this for a long time. I couldn't possibly lose no matter what happened. I'd taken out more than I put in. But that's an interesting comparison, Seb. You're looking at Bitcoin Gold, which is essentially a Bitcoin copycat trading off. No, it is true. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. Bitcoin copycat trading off the popularity of the prefix of Bitcoin, and then you've got a promising original project out of Korea that has developed a lot of partnerships in the real world. And for some reason, Bitcoin Gold is valued higher than Icon. So if that makes sense to you, you can't switch all your Icon into Bitcoin Gold. But it doesn't make sense to me, so maybe I'd be suggesting the other way around. Grinkers is in. What's going on, Grinkers? Chikai's in with it's 51:50 time. That's it. I'm Googling it right now. It's annoying me. It's 51:50 time. I don't know what that means. YouTube uploaded. F the system. Was it a band or something? Go Trumpets 51:50 time. 51:50 album. It was named after Eddie Van Halen's home studio. Oh, there you go. 51:50. It's self-named after a Californian law enforcement term of mentally disturbed person, a reference to section 5150 of the Californian Welfare and Institutions Code. The 51:50 name has been used several times by Van Halen. The album hit #1. Oh, man. Okay, at least I know what it is now. Now, I'm not sure if you're referring to it's 51:50 time because you're in the house, Chirikai, or because Fish is in the house. I don't necessarily take offense to that. I wouldn't want to be considered sane in this world. I think it's a pretty sick world to be considered sane in. Anyway, getting back to the chat. At least I know what that is now. Joseph Garnia. Of course, I have to mention Byteball. The bulls have taken control. The price blasted over 1,000, around 11.20 as we speak. Nice one, Joseph. Well done. I spoke for a while, man. I actually spoke in a stream maybe 6 or 7 days ago, and I said one of the good when the actual market wakes up to the fact that, give me one moment. Can you see that? Coin price doesn't matter. When the market wakes up to that fact, we're going to see a lot of projects that have been overvalued because of the low per unit price come down. And we're going to see a lot of projects that have been held back by a high per unit price go up. That doesn't mean that there's going to be a complete reversal and every high per unit coin is going to go up. That's not necessarily true. What I'm saying is the market evolves and smartens up a little bit. They'll realize that they have to value each coin on a few things. But one of the primary things is its market cap against its real world value. And that's whether you're getting a good deal or not. Now, for me, Byteball offers some really, really interesting real world value. I haven't used the chat system myself, Joseph Garnia. Mate, if you can let us know if you've used the messaging service or ever tried sending a transaction through a message, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think there is a need for decentralized messaging services. So that's my personal opinion. And Byteball certainly could have fallen into that category. We've spoken about it several times on the show before. G'day, Ian. Christopher Stone. I'm at the mall looking at Bitcoin ATMs. See, that's coming. Good to hear, Christopher. David Tang said Syndicator. Is that a chit coin, a shit coin? Can no one quite get it if it's good? I've never looked at Syndicator, David Tangs. It's getting to the points where forks are taking over the top spots to original projects. Yeah, I don't like it. I bought the Tron TRX hype, now waiting for the coin to burn. Wellington Kanye, I beg your pardon. What's up, fellow rapper Wellington Kanye? New Zealand based, I'm guessing? No, I'm just mucking around. But yeah, Tron, a lot of people bought into that, man. The guy who, the CEO is a good salesman. It's a good salesman. But I think once the word that came out that once it was recognized and realized that at least parts of the white paper were what only can be described as plagiarized, it lost a lot of people, especially the academics. Like Ethercept, they're not gonna like that. C&D is an excellent project, right? I will chuck it on the we'll put it on the list to have a look at. But I want to have a talk about Bitcoin Diamond as well, guys, before we get on to too many other coins, because that's something I'd like to talk about. With regard to Bitcoin, I think the holding pattern is going to be, to end in the next few weeks. I could see 35K by summer. It's already summer here, Joseph. I've used the Byteball text message feature. Its text has a link. You download the wallet and you have your funds. I think you can also store them another way, but I'm not entirely sure. Cool, Joseph. Keep us up to date with how you're going with that, man, since you're what I see as a beta tester for that project. And let us know how the features are working for you. Just keep us up to date whenever you're around and we're up live. Give us an update. We'll consider you our Byteball, what do you call them? Ambassador, representative. I don't know. All right, well, we will have a look at C&D. Coinbase just cleared the last of the delayed wire transfers from December. Wow, that's a long wait for some people. Yes, it is. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at Bitcoin Diamond, because this is something I wanted to talk about with regards to what was seen as an arbitrage opportunity last night. And I just want to talk about a couple of Dr. Byteball here at your service. Cool, Joseph. I'm sure the Byteball crew will be happy that you're keeping us up to date, man. We've got a pretty active investment crew. So if they show good work and show good potential, and that's what we look for, man. We're long-term holders, so they're going to have to impress us, not tell us what the price can be in the next 15 minutes. But yeah, obviously there's a need for a decentralized messaging service. We identified that months ago. Yeah, we talked about even looking at doing our own. So yeah, I think it's got potential, man. I like the vibe. Very strong partnership is not that very understated. Okay, Syndicator. We will look at Syndicator, guys. Just let me have a look at Bitcoin Diamond. Funny Eagle. The Bitcoin Diamond went up 2,000%, $1,400, 0.085 BTC before tanking on KuCoin. It was nuts. The only BCD that is on KuCoin and Binance is that from the hard fork. The wallets are still locked. And that's my point, Funny Eagle, and thank you for bringing it up. Guys, we're going to go over to screen share again. I'm going to see if these arbitrage things are still showing, but you've got to be careful when you're performing what you think is arbitrage, and you've got to understand the risks involved with arbitrage. Now, Bitcoin Diamond, let's just have a look at it. There's a bit of chat. I think it was you, Funny Eagle, was one of them, having a look at doing arbitrage on Bitcoin Diamond last night. And we were talking about where the pump was coming from and the huge arbitrage opportunity. And I couldn't believe it when I got over there and I actually saw volume being traded at KuCoin, because I've got a KuCoin account. And you can have one too if you use the description. The referral link in the description. How good a segue was that into my referrals? Okay, moving on. Bitcoin Diamond markets, you can see some massive, massive price differences, right? This was trading as high as, Funny Eagle, correct me if I'm wrong, around $800 US last night. And Binance similarly well over market value. Now you can see what's happened here is we've got 3 stars against these coins. Against these exchanges, and it says here price volume excluded, outlier detected. So what's happened is that Bitcoin Diamond wallets are actually under maintenance on KuCoin and Binance. So no Bitcoin Diamond can be transferred into the exchange. Therefore, what is trading there is not necessarily a fair indication, because the market's not able to find equilibrium, but by people who perform arbitrage actually performing that arbitrage. So it's caused great variations in the price, and it's caused some people to look for a cheap exchange that's, go and buy it up on one of the exchanges that they've got, and then they're looking to transfer it over to Binance or KuCoin. The problem is that they can't. And I have a really strong feeling that if you were well prepared as a whale, you know that exchanges are going to go down. They're not going to handle the volumes at times. They're going to have wallets under maintenance. I know that. I've been in this economy only 8 months, and I know that. And I'm not great with tech, but I understand that pattern. So if you were really clever and were well prepared, you could understand that Bitcoin Diamond was going to be held in very, very small amounts on new exchanges and low volume exchanges. And if you were smart enough to, maybe even move a little bit over to Binance or KuCoin before this wallet maintenance occurred, you would actually be able to essentially, if you had some Bitcoin over there as well, you'd be able to buy it and sell it back to yourself at low percentage losses to inflate the overall price. And what you do is have the majority of your actual of your Bitcoin Diamond holdings on one of these exchanges, okay? And you'd be driving the price up on these exchanges where you're selling it off, much, much, much more of it at massive gains on where you bought it from by only trading, small amounts basically to yourself at high dollar rates on a different exchange. And yeah, you cop a little bit of a fee, but you're just trading it back and forth amongst yourself at high rate, and maybe even pulling in a few, suckers in the process and selling a bit off at $800 or whatever. But the point is, you'd keep the majority of that Bitcoin Diamond on these other exchanges, and you would be dumping the crap out of it as your action over here caused the rest of the market to inflate the price. So if you were well prepared and you're a whale, that is certainly something you could do, and it would be extremely profitable, suckering people into believe that they can buy them at these prices and sell them at these prices. Just my opinion, just a theory, no concrete evidence to support this theory. As usual, would love to hear your opinions on the little theory I've just pitched, and also the Bitcoin Diamond action in the last 24 hours. Wow, Funny Eagle said it actually hit around $1,400 on KuCoin for a very short spike. Incredible. Whoa. Ethos was selling for 27 bucks and you could buy it for as little as $6 once. Wow, once it was added. Yeah, cool. There's an arbitrage opportunity with Ethos. Yeah, cool, guys. Well, I guess what I'm saying is just be careful when you see something on an exchange going, oh, there's my arbitrage opportunity. Go and check that there's nothing holding you back from putting your fiat. You've got to be quick with arbitrage. That's the problem. So you're going to have to be quick with your research as well. But you need to do a quick search, find out whether anyone's having trouble getting money in or out of that exchange. If the wallets are down, it pays to do that little bit of research, guys, because otherwise you get left with a very, very heavy bag of something you didn't even know about. And fortunately, a lot of the guys who played this game last night in our crew have done well out of it, but it is a risky play, guys. Really, really high risk, high reward stuff. So just be aware of all the factors involved when you're looking to perform arbitrage in the crypto economy. It's not only labor intensive, it does involve risk, and you need to be aware of that if you're going to try it. Personal opinion. Anyone else got any thoughts on that whole Bitcoin Diamond theory that I just came up with? Am I too conspiracy theorist? Could the whales be playing that psychological game, or is fish just dreaming? It seems like a hell of a big difference between exchanges. No one wants to comment. All right, fine. We'll go on to something else. Let's have a look at that one that everyone was talking about before. Etherset, what is it? C and D. All right, let's have a look, dude. Let's go and have a look over it. Ross Roost, we have. Not in depth. BitShares, we haven't covered it in depth. We were having discussions on it several months ago. I'm thinking 3 months ago. And one of the people who was heavily involved with checking out BitShares was Crypto K, who at the time was also heavily involved with the Vertcoin community and actually put a lot of his own voice behind getting the atomic swap between Vertcoin and Litecoin to happen, which was obviously a pretty monumental time in the crypto economy. So that's when we were talking about it. So I haven't updated my research since then, but the transaction volume, like the transaction per seconds, is brilliant for BitShares, right? It's one of the most scalable cryptos in the economy. And they prove that with, I think, daily transactions of 300,000 transactions a day. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is off memory. But yeah, I think BitShares has got promise. One of the problems that Crypto K had with BitShares was a difficult user interface. And he said that the general public won't accept it until it's made easier, more user-friendly. So that's my very little knowledge on BitShares. And what I'm going to do now is pop over to screen share so we can have a look at Syndicator. I've not looked at this myself, so we'll do a quick fishy look. Fish notes, we'll call it. This is not the way you assess a coin, guys. This is a starting point. And then you really need to dig in deep. So we're going to have a look at Syndicator. Hey, Syndicator. $173 million market cap, just a little under 174 million. Trade volume is at 10 million. I'm just checking on screen share because I get really paranoid after what I did last time. Okay. Going back to it, sorry. Okay, yeah, so trade volume looks reasonable for the size of the market cap. Circulating supply of 1,445,000,000, 970, the rest of them, 976,590 C&D coins. The total supply is going to 2 billion and 5. I'm not sure what that 5 is for, but it's there. So that's not an alarming inflation rate by any standards. Some coins have that in a month. So we'll see what happens. I like the chart action because it's had the parabolia, as we like to call it. And then it's come down. It's not quite leveled out yet, but I don't mind catching the falling knife. I don't mind trying to catch it. And if we use Fibonacci sequence, this looks like a nice level ground to start our Fibonacci sequence, which is not scientific or overly mathematical, guys. It's named after me. So no, don't take this as science or anything like that. But let's call it roughly 50 cents, stable at 50 cents. Sorry, 5 cents, I beg your pardon. Stable at 5 cents, grew to 18, peaked at 18 by the looks of it. So that's a growth of 13 cents. We're going to take back 6.5 from 18, which leaves us at 11.5. So Fibonacci sequence says this is now getting towards buy range at 11.5 cents. That is not, again, financial advice. That is not proven mathematics or science. That is a fun way I have decided to use to buy back into parabolic growth when I like a project. Okay, moving on. Let's have a look at the website. See what we can find out. Guys, I don't go through the white paper on these little have a looks, but you need to do it. I don't go and really thoroughly research the team. If I know a few members, I can say that. But you've got to go and really, really heavily research the team. And also mainly the white paper is my favorite part. But I do invest in people. So hybrid intelligence for effective asset management, 30,000 plus decentralized financial analysts enhanced by artificial intelligence. Yes, we are going to watch because that gives Fishy a break from talking. Oh, no, we can't watch because I don't know why. That could well... Oh, I was going to say that could well be Fish and not the...
Whoa. You have access to the collective mind of everyone on the planet. Imagine this collective consciousness is enhanced by artificial intelligence. Imagine the symbiosis of human and machine intelligence. What would you do with it? We make it a reality. We are Syndicator. Syndicator is creating an open ecosystem where we combine the collective intelligence of financial analysts, data scientists, traders, and investors. This ecosystem provides a more efficient approach and valuable predictive analytics for asset management, where everyone can monetize individual intelligence. Invest your intelligence. Learn more at syndicator.com.
We're already on syndicator.com. That was convenient. All right. How do I escape out of that? Oh, this is good. stuff it. We're going this way. The Long Way Around by Fish. Okay. Become an analyst. So I think we get the basic idea, guys. Let's read a little bit more. Trade smarter with next generation predictive analytics, Syndicator bot. Syndicator bot 1.0 is a system that works with predictive analytics data and the market indicators powered by hybrid intelligence to support traditional and crypto financial market analysis, trading indicators for crypto and fiat assets, data from 30,000 plus analysts, work of dozens of ML models. Accuracy is back and forward tested. Learn more about Syndicator bot. Cryptometer bot. Cryptometer bot 2.0 is your personal cryptocurrency market measurement tool for spotting time-limited market opportunities, real-time arbitrage opportunities, 10 crypto exchange and 8 crypto fiat pairs, price drops and surges for specific thresholds, asset price ranking on all supported exchanges. Share your market vision and reap the rewards. Okay, cool. Get a basic idea of what it's about. Let me just have a let's have a look at the team and see what qualifications they have to be doing this. Syndicator is a fintech startup founded in 2015. Founders imagine the future with a technology of hybrid intelligence, solving challenges of growing uncertainty in the new post-capitalist era, and decided to create the solution that leverages new tech advantages to bring new levels of value and insights. Our team is a synergy of individuals with expertise in maths, data science, and finances working together with one collective mind. We understand the value of building the right team, community, and ecosystem. We are actively expanding the scientific community around our infrastructure, business, and ecosystem, giving access to our work in technologies so we can act together to solve important and relevant problems. Our mission is to create hybrid intelligence that helps to make the right decisions in markets with very high degrees of uncertainty. We have chosen to start with the uncertainty around financial markets where investors make thousands of complicated decisions with each transaction. Well, some investors do. Some investors buy coins because of names. Crypto D. Mathematicians. Cool. Product team. Okay, here we go. Mike Bruzoff. Okay, got CEO, CTO, COO, head of analytics, back-end developer. I'm just going through very, very quickly, guys, to see what they've thought is needed for this process. Front-end developer, cool. Advisors and partners. Okay. Fairly solid team of, like, fairly solid sized team. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a good team. We've got to look into it more. Let's have a look. CEO and co-founder. We need to at least look at that. Technological entrepreneur with 8 years of experience in launching companies in big data and predictive analytics. Oh, that's a good background. After graduating from Bauman Moscow State University, I should have started designing spaceships, but curiosity and cravings for IT products predetermined my entrepreneur path. The book by Isaac Asimov, Foundation, which I read as a child, led to the launch of the Syndicator company 15 years later. Black Swan ideologist, super forecaster, and Syndicator's triathlon team captain. Yeah, he's a triathlete. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, cool. So you have to go have a little bit more of a look into the team as well. But, 8 years in predictive analytics, that's obviously he's got some experience in the industry, so that's good to see. Yeah, you're going to have to go through and research each person individually, which we're not going to do here. We had a look at that. We won't go too much into it. I don't know. Like, for me, trade bots are probably going to help. I don't know. The predictive AI is probably going to help to actually find a more stable, more stable markets, I think. I think arbitrage opportunities will close down a little bit as things like this come online. it looks like a promising and possibly profitable project, but it doesn't necessarily grab me enough to want to go and have a look heaps more into it, because I think what need is it fulfilling in my life, and that's, or in society. And for me, that's becoming more and more of a bigger question I'm asking about when I'm investing in blockchain tech projects. Hey, Elysium Core. In Naughty O, Fishy, yo. Naughty bought Syndicator at 80 cents. Needed dollars to buy into Swissborg. Sold Syndicator at 0.17. Got me SBorg. Bought back into Syndicator this morning at 0.125. Winner, Yahoo. Yeah, nice work. Why we have Fibonacci? Why do we need Mother Brain? Ian Spicer said his personal opinion is that saying a lot without saying too much. And BP said, isn't Augur doing this? Augur's had really big run up lately as well. Paddy Austin needs more bacon. Publication requires more buzzwords. Yeah, synergy. I think Fish thought this was a long vid. I don't know. Oh, yeah. No, I was still here. Just a bit back on Warren Buffett. He's never bought a tech company ever, and it's purely old school. Watched a doc on him. If the market's up, he gets the all-in McMuffin for $3. If down, he skimps sausage. Oh, wow. In other words, he's a cheapo. Man, he still owns his first car, I'm pretty sure, which is probably a collector's item by now. Hey, Hamid. Hey, Fish. With the recent gains in exchange-type coins, KCS and BNB, do you think Dotcoin, Cryptopia coin, could be the next to follow a similar growth? Not necessarily, Hamid. And the reason being is that KuCoin and Binance are new exchanges. Fresh, offering new coins. Binance has gone to #1 in the economy. KuCoin's one of the fastest growing in the economy. Cryptopia's been around for a long time. That cryptopia.co.New Zealand, just to give them a shout out. I do actually have an account, so I trade a little bit over there, but the volumes aren't huge. So the coin's price is only going to be valuable if you earn a lot of rewards by holding it, or reduce your trade fees heavily by holding it. That's what would bring value to an exchange token. So for mine, I haven't looked at the price, man, but you can do easy maths on these ones. 800. Have you got the price of Cryptopia? If you get the price of Cryptopia, man, you just follow like pretty much exactly what I did on the KuCoin shares formula, and you can just substitute that in with the figures for Cryptopia and understand the dividends you're likely to return on holding the what was it called? Dotcoin. If you can just, I'm happy to do the figures for you, man. It shouldn't be too hard. No, he said, I couldn't comment while floating around the pool on Lilo, sipping G&Ts. Nice. Buffett looks like a mummy. Interesting rocket. Hey, Ben, dude. Oh, dear. All right, let's... I want to have a quick look at the economy, guys, and see how we're trending. Gary DeMilo, the dot coin is used when a new coin gets listed in a fee, so not the same model as the others. Oh, that's really interesting, man. So yeah, that's I guess what I'm saying then is then you can't actually use that formula, but what you've got to do is understand what the reward system is based on. Okay, now if it's based on coins getting listed and having to pay a fee, I think that is unsustainable. But I don't think coins are going to be able to, I don't think exchanges are going to be able to demand huge fees from coins, especially not the top ones. People are going to be saying, look, add this coin, or we'll use the one that hasn't got it. So, the exchanges are in as big a race to increase their availability as the cryptos themselves are in to be available. Perhaps more so. because our community at PIVX will sit behind the coin if it's only available on Bittrex and Upbit. We don't care. We do care. We have a integration team, but the point is, it doesn't matter to us. PIVX holders have those accounts. Our value in the coin is not necessarily the price. So for us, yeah, if we get added to more exchanges, that's likely to see perhaps more volume and perhaps an increase to a price. But what we're building is about more than that. So I think in time as well, that market will change, where the decentralized exchanges do list coins freely, and also the centralized exchanges will be forced to keep up. And one of the things that exchanges will be judged on is coin availability. That's why Bittrex does so well. It's got really good coin availability. Unfortunately, scaling at the moment has taken some of its market cap over to Binance for sure, as Binance hits #1. What coin is a good buy that is not in the top 10 on coin market cap that is probably going to explode in the coming months? All I don't make those sorts of predictions, dude. I'm a long-term, beat the banks 5% per year that they're offering you investor, man. I'm not a let's get Ferraris and Lambos overnight. I've had enough experience in this markets to know more often than not that sort of mentality coming in will leave you broke. So what do I think can do well over the coming months? I think the best idea is to look for announcements and look for upcoming developments that could interest the market. You can often buy up to those actual announcements and then sell into it. I can't think of specific announcements or anything coming up. I suppose mainnet for Icon, that's going to be interesting. Big Korean project. It's not in the top 10. It's not far outside, but I think Icon has still got a lot of growth. And the reason I'm able to say that is because I did maths for it to show it getting to a $30 price point based on Korean money, based on it achieving an Ethereum-like dominance in Korea, which I think is more than likely, provided it doesn't completely fail, provided everything goes well. But they've lined up some big companies already. So there you go. That's one that I think will do well in the coming months, based on its infancy and based on people's still going through that discovery process about what is Icon. It's only hit coin market cap in the last 3 weeks probably. I think Dogcoin is actually Kim.coin. Okay, cool. And it's at 6 cents right now. Yeah, cool. We'll have to check the supply on that. I'll do some maths on that, guys. I use Cryptopia as well, so I'd be interested. I mean, if I'm going to be trading over there in the coin, that the relative value of the coin is appropriate, considering their trade volumes and all that. Yeah, I'll buy some. It's stupid not to. Well, that's in my opinion, because I'm essentially earning back my own trade fees. Qcoin is why Neo is so high, do you think? Kev Ha, I think it's more likely the ICOs, like the absolute plethora, I like that word, of ICOs about to be launched on the Neo platform. 23, 24 more already that we know about for this year. How many will be built in the next 12 months on top of that? Dee will tell you it's because of hash puppies. Don't listen to her. It's a good question though, man. It could certainly be because of KuCoin. I'm not because of that, no. Because the trade volume through KuCoin, the exchange, is not high enough to affect that sort of market cap. Not on its own. Not really, not by the amount we've seen. So I'd say it's more likely ICO. BP said, wow, Sexcoin, huge pump and dump. Neo price up because wallets are locked at exchanges. Yeah, I had some trouble with my Neo wallet. They're going through a few teething issues for sure, especially with NEP5 tokens. But I can forgive that, man. I think they're going to come through and fix that up. They've got too much writing on it and too many minds working on it not to. So, I mean, it's been buggy, but there's been no security concerns from my point of view. It's been buggy, so I've gone to send 50 transactions and only 5 of them will go through, but I don't get charged for those other transactions. The gas is returned, the minimal gas that is spent is returned anyway. So I'm not too concerned, man. It's the price we pay as early adopters. We're beta testers. We get the bulk of the rewards if this works because we went through all this shit. I'm sorry to put it so bluntly. In crypto chat, the owner of Cryptopia denied Dotcoin was theirs. Oh, wow. Naughty O drops a bomb. Boom. In crypto's chat, the owner of Cryptopia denied Dotcoin was theirs. He said it was a tipping coin, largely overvalued. Cryptopia have a new share coin that's over $1,000. Thank you, Naughty O. Michael Smith missed a lot of ICOs in C-Week due to a newbie, but curious when Gladius will hit the exchange. I haven't spoken to Alex for a while. I haven't kept an eye on that, sorry. I will have to check on that. It's a really good question that I should be aware of because I invested at pre-sale. So yeah, we had Alex on the show. He's actually in our Discord group, so we can ask him. Alex is the CTO's in our Discord group, so we can just ask him flat out there. But our Discord group will tend to keep me up to date if they've heard an announcement about the date that it's going to hit exchange. So that's one of the advantages of being in the Crypto Wave investment group. Got a lot of minds working together to find that important research. Kev, I wonder if I should stop using Bittrex. I've been happy with Binance and KuCoin. You can do if you like, Kev, but then where are you going to get your PIVX, my friend? All right, no, I don't know. Maybe with all, like, I've referred a lot of people over to KuCoin already, and I traded a lot of volume over there last night under my account. So maybe KuCoin would be interested in having, you know, they call themselves the, I think they call themselves the People's Exchange. We at PIVX, we very much consider ourselves like a community-centric crypto. So the two match very well, in my opinion. KuCoin, you're going to be getting an email from me, and I'm very persistent and annoying. You're best off just adding it. All I am says thanks. So Icon is probably a good gamble. I think so, man, and I'm glad you did refer to it as a gamble, because that's a responsible way of looking at it. It's money that could be ripped up and thrown away. You may never ever see a cent of it back again. So I think that's a really responsible way of referring to it. Actually, I see it as a very, very promising project. And when you look at the price of a Generation 3 white paper, no offense to Cardano holders like Cardano, Ethercept, don't start filling the chat with your rants about academics. I'm saying when you look at the value of Cardano comparative to Icon, which is, you know, mainnet launching, going to have coins coming onto it straight away. They're very, very well prepared. Big partnerships in the real world, like real world partnerships that generate a hell of a lot of revenue. Talking partnerships with some major companies and universities in Korea and things like that. So I think that Icon deserves at least a Cardano evaluation based on current stages of development. Now, I've always said that doesn't mean Icon has to go up like this to Cardano. That means that Cardano can come down, but I don't understand why Cardano is valued where it is in comparison to Icon, with the relative levels of real world work that has been accomplished at this stage in their respective developments. Does that round it up? So yeah, man, I like Icon. I think it's good. To be fair, I bought it at ICO. Bought it at 10 cents, so it's not exactly, you know, people are going to accuse me of shilling for that reason, but I've actually got more now than I bought in ICO. So I don't often do that when I've gone such high gains. That's a good point. That's a really good. I think they will, Dry God Spellweaver. I'm not sure if you're joking. I think there might have been a hint of seriousness in that, and I think you're right. I think that will absolutely happen if it's not already happened. Dry God Spellweaver said, have we discussed Bitcoin Diamond yet? Yes, we have, mate. But can we enlist advanced AI to notify us when wallets are open back up? I think that's a great idea. Do you know anything about Alliance, Aeon, and Icon and OneChain? They actually tried to fix what they actually tried to fix together. David Tangs? I'll have to do more research to have an informed opinion on how that alliance is going to be, you know, it's going to be a positive moves for all three cryptos. It's a really, really good question, man. I'm going to do some research on that. And let's try and cover that within the next 7 days, because I think that's important. Funny Eagle. Yeah, we did. Dry good. Yeah, okay. I don't ever think. Oh. Okay. Watchman. Hello. FishX. How you going, dude? Donnie D. Hi, Bubba. How you going, Bubba? Oh, what? I don't know. We getting pet names for each other now? Donnie? Oh, no, you're speaking to Bubba D. Ah, Bubba D. Is this a A-Dog raid crew in? The Groms are in. Noddy-O says, have you got any 4 fish? And I say, no, I don't, mate. I hadn't picked any up. I looked at it a while ago. You can buy a PIVX on CoinSpot. Thank you, Manix Man. Always good to know those additional places where PIVX is becoming available. The integration team is working hard, guys. So I expect that to increase over 2018, the actual availability of the coin. Not only that, we're working really hard on getting PIVX spent in some really interesting places, guys. Crypto Chronicus is not in the house at the moment, but Crypto Chronicus is getting a tattoo. That tattoo includes the PIVX symbol. That tattoo artist is now going to be accepting PIVX for tattoos. How cool is that? Oh, we got photos and videos coming your way, guys. So that's pretty cool. I was stoked about that. I reckon that's pretty cool. A lot of people wearing ink these days. I'm a clean skin myself, but a lot of people, got some really cool ink on them. And Crypto Chronicus has done up a pretty badass design for his tattoo, and also convinced the tattoo artist that accepting PIVX would be a fantastic idea. So Crypto Chronicus, well done, man. Good effort. William Yates, can you please tell me what you know about ELF? William Yates, I don't know anything about it. I haven't looked at it yet, bro. Dee, who comes in on the show, she has looked at it. So next time she's in, we can talk a bit more about ELF, because it is one that she holds. I'm sorry, I will wait till then, because I really don't know anything about it. Seb Fox, yeah, I've heard 4 is a PIVX fork. Yeah, I'd heard that as well. There's a few out. There's that Colossus coin as well. My problem with Colossus coin is that it goes against what PIVX is. Like, if you're going to fork, okay, so I suppose if you're going to fork, you can have a different mantra to PIVX. And Colossus coin have certainly done that with a staking reward that heavily favors the rich. So kind of the opposite of what PIVX are doing. So yeah, at least when they forked from PIVX, they've gone with a completely different mantra about heavily favoring the rich. That's not spite. That's true. You can't have 20% rewards for masternode holders and then pittance for the little guys. I don't think so. I don't think that's fair. But yeah, 4 I think is a more productive fork, but I haven't really looked into it. I was told, this is just anecdotal, I haven't looked into it. It was like a decentralized marketplace based on PIVX protocol. Is that correct, Seb? How much potentially? Oh, damn it! I'm so far behind, guys. I'm going to have to catch up. Nebulous is going to be $3 as well, I believe. Rent your plants. Have you got any? Like, what's the $3 based on? Come on. I want the maths behind it. I don't want to just hear round numbers predicted as price points. It's got this many circulating supply. The market cap will grow to this size because this relative company in the real world is valued at this much. This is where they're at the stage of development. No, I'm kidding. You're welcome to predict price points, guys. But if you are actually putting some maths behind them, it does tend to, it means that your price points are going to be at least more likely of being hit more often. Buyback, you are late to the party. William Yates said, bang the like button. We have 51 watching. Can we get 51 likes for fish? Well, I doubt it. But you never know. Okay, where are we going? Sam, I think the problem with ICX from an evaluation perspective is that it has nearly 0 marketing PR. There really isn't any ICX shillings, so to speak, even though I don't believe it's needed. It's interesting, Sam, but when you are ranked in the top 20 coins in the crypto economy, people are going to start to take notice. Word of mouth can be the most effective form of advertising. It doesn't need to be shilled. Shilled can cause unnatural growth patterns, which leads to dumping, which shakes out confidence. So shilling the crap out of your coin's not necessarily a good thing. I think that's why PIVX went with May. Get our word out there a little bit, but we need to choose someone who's not going to become huge. Good choice, PIVX. Elf is like S&M. Is it really, David Tanks? Thanks, man. I'll have to look into it. I got more bullish on S&M. I picked up a little, just started accumulating a little, but I'll have to have a look into Elf if that's the case. Which would make it like Golem as well, right? Ooh, it could be a Golem versus Elf fight. Does that make any sense in that whole that world? Yeah, nobody knows what it is. It is fairly new as well, man. Unless you're into the ICO market, it's come out. Seb said ICX is pretty Korea-centered. They have been marketed in Korea and appeared on Korean TV the other day. Not as much international marketing, but with a Korean following, it's going up. It brings an interesting point, which is ICX, Icon, has been compared to Samsung. Now, there won't be too many people watching this stream who haven't heard of Samsung. So what happened with Samsung is it was quite big in Korea for a long, long time, producing electronics. They're a really, really popular brand in Korea, but were very obscure, hardly heard of in the rest of the world. And then with the event of the flat screen TVs and smartphones, Samsung exploded onto the international stage, absolutely exploded. And what the prediction is that they're sort of using that similar model where they're going to focus very, very heavily in one region. And that's clever. I actually watched an interview with the founder where he talked about countries having blockchains and countries preferring blockchains. And that's why it really influenced my thinking with even looking at how different DApp coins are different, with Komodo and Monet setting up well in Europe and Lisk setting up well in Europe. And then you've got projects setting up well in China, like, Neo and Qtum. And then you've got other projects setting up in Australia, like Power Ledger. And I thought about this and I thought that's really, really relevant. I think that's relevant because I've talked a lot about having specific teams for specific use cases. And I believe that projects built on top of the Icon platform will need to have those specified teams for specific use cases to maximize efficiency and get the best we can out of blockchain technology. But yeah, I do believe that different DApp platforms will be favored in different regions. They're going to be. And I think that almost localizing like that when you're in a DApp race where you've got to get decentralized applications built on top of your platform to bring that value to your network. When you're in that sort of a race, keeping it local is not a bad idea. It seems pretty cool to me. They ran around and basically signed everyone up before they'd even released a crypto. That seems clever. So they will now undoubtedly saturate the market in Korea and eventually, I think, explode onto the international crypto stage. Just my thoughts, not a financial advisor. And I know that sounds like a lot of shilling and a lot of hype, but I have got maths to support a $30 price point, and I believe in the assumptions I made, which were few and far between, to support the maths that I came up with for $30. So yeah, to me, if I can, what's it sitting at, $10? If I can 3x my money in 3 years, I'm stoked. So yeah, I think it's a solid buy. Ethercept just started yelling at me about Cardano. How much potential does EOS really have? CJ Bacon, it's another good question. And it's another thing that's been bought on potential. And how much can we do that? How much can we buy a coin based on what they promise to deliver until we start seeing them actually deliver? And I called Neo overbought. I did, because it was until we started seeing applications released on top of it. And even still, we've got more to go, but at least it's getting more relative to actually where they are in the real world than where they can be. I think we've got to really start looking more about the right now instead of the potential, because the future's unknown, guys. No one can crystal ball it. No one knows whether Rayblox is going to have the best version of Tangle technology, or Hashgraph is going to destroy blockchain altogether. No one can tell you that. Everything's in testing phase, and until the bug's found we didn't know about it, of course. So we said everything was okay because we didn't know about it. Oh, I just think we've got to be a little bit more careful in investing on potential and have a look at the real world connections, the real world work that's being done. And if you have a look, like one that, okay, fair enough. I openly admit I bought a stack of it for Ethercept last night. D's a holder. I haven't even started accumulating any Dragon chain myself, but there's a couple of good friends of mine who are heavily invested. So this might seem like shilling, but at least they're out there making moves. Like making that partnership with Life ID and getting all their KYC stuff into line, I think is just understanding where the market is going, and that governments want to know who's investing. They want to know where the money's going. And if we want to keep the crypto economy going and we want to have less resistance from governments and the people in power, we have to come to a compromise. We do. Otherwise, we will get crushed. The power's not with us yet, guys. And it may take 500 years. It may never happen. If we can just restore a bit more balance, that's fine. We don't have to take the complete power. We just need to restore a little bit of balance. And so to do that, we may need to make compromise. We will need to make compromise. Hope you enjoyed my rant. For those of you who can't afford these kitties, you could buy Piggy Coin. Naughty, I've never heard of it. League of Legends, their sole focus. Samsung, hang on. Samsung, their batteries exploded, really? Oh, that's a good point. I probably shouldn't make that comparison with the Samsung battery stuff that happened. But the profitability of the company cannot be questioned. And the recognition of the company on an international stage cannot be questioned. Gary DeMolo, I drove past a clinic with a big sign offering cryptotherapy. I read it as, I just read it as cryptotherapy as well. Cryotherapy. I read it as cryptotherapy and thought maybe I need some. Well, mate, I just read it as cryptotherapy as well. Huh. Cryptotherapist. EOS, guys, you know why I'm going like this, Ethercept. EOS guys are so advanced. They are run by Brock, one of the crypto geniuses. Thanks, Nadia. So in terms of they're so advanced, what do you mean by that? Like which applications have been released on the EOS platform? Like that, to my knowledge, there hasn't been any, right? Am I wrong? If I am, please correct me. William Yates said EOS is a horse of a different color. Dan Larimer, I think, will make it to the top 5 and could well do. But when I just want to understand, like when we haven't actually seen any, have we seen anything? Am I missing something? I'm not being like rude. I'm asking the question. You guys know me. I use you as much as you use me to keep up with the info. So have I missed something? Have we had applications released on the EOS platform? I've already read that Alpha is more of a 3rd generation cross-chain crypto project, more like Icon than Sonum or Golem. They are based in Singapore. I've bought some and it looks like a solid project. Thanks, Seb. Dave for it said, awesome chat. Yeah, it was a rant, man, not a chat. I'm big on EOS, Steam It, and BitShares will both run on EOS. Oh, okay, cool. Steam It's going to run on EOS and BitShares is going to run on EOS. Thanks, Ross Roost. Again, not yet though, right? So, how do we know that that's not just going to completely collapse the EOS technology when we haven't even tried it? Theory's fantastic, but I'm a practical guy. David Tengs, we'll send you something on Discord that explains you everything you need to know about Icon, Aeon, WenChain, S&M partnerships. Incredibly important that you take the time to listen. Thanks, David Tengs. I'll certainly take the time, man. Of course I will. Let's have a look. Rogue Dolphin, we talked a little bit about that at the start of the show, asking about what's up with the huge Bitcoin gold pump. Man, the volume's coming out of Korea and there's no news out. That tends to signify pump and dump. You make your own decisions. Rent Your Plants, what's your opinion of NEM? I feel like I hear very little about it for sitting in the 7th spot on CoinMarketCap. I haven't looked into it in a long time. One of the things I liked about it back in the day when I looked at it, which was one of the first currencies I ever looked at because it's been in the top for a long time, was the harvesting feature. I would have to go back and re-research it to really have an informed decision on it. But I did like it, and it does tend to go under the radar. Although it did get pumped with the rest of them. I mean, it hasn't lost its spot in the market cap, which means it's taken a hell of a lot of market cap. Check out Crush Crypto for a review on ELF. Crush Crypto, ELF Crusher, January 18. Cool, thanks, Seb. We'll do. Well, we'll try to. I've got 50 people who've told me to research something, so I'll do them as I can. EOS announced they are airdropping coins when apps are built on EOS platform, but you have to have your coins in their pocket, not allowed in the US. Okay, cool. Kev said, I love EOS. A lot of EOS fans, no doubt about it. $30 spread between BTG in Binance and Bittrex. Yeah, Dry Goods Spellweaver, can you actually get the Bitcoin gold onto Binance though? Dude, wasn't that half the problem? The exchange wallet was under maintenance. Nodio, Piggy Coin is on Cryptopia, so is TT Coin. Okay, cool. Naz Ashraf Mazlan, welcome back, man. All batteries explodes. You had some personal experience with that, dude? Sounds like you got a funny story to tell us there. EOS has a test net up. The EOS will come out with 4.0 technology. EOS are tight with Vitalik 2. EOS, yes, one that, oh no, I missed that one. What led to the failure of Dimcoin? Dimcoin. I don't even know it. Can't even think about it. EOS airdrop new tokens to all EOS token holders today. Noddio, that's an interesting question, man. I don't think so, but I love a good conspiracy theory. Noddio said, do you think the Korean pump on BTC gold is by their government secretly? I don't know. I don't think so. Could be. It's from Korea. We know that much. It's the Korean won that's pumping it. Yeah, so a lot of EOS fans, no doubt about it. But like, that's my point, is you guys make my point there with saying they're on testnet. They're coming out with this. They're coming out with this. So why is it valued at $9.6 billion? Doesn't that seem to be a lot of money putting into a project that's at test phase? That can change very quickly, like it did with Neo, where they go from potential to actually achieving. But until that point happens, aren't we just valuing on potential? I think that's fair enough to say, isn't it? I'm not saying it won't go higher than this. I'm not saying this won't be the lowest price you can ever get it today, and it won't go to $1 million a coin. Well, I'd have to do my market cap. But my point is that I'm not saying that can't all happen. What I'm saying is it doesn't mean it's warranted. It doesn't mean it's warranted, and I'm allowed my opinion. And in my opinion, Cardano and EOS are slightly overvalued at the moment, and their roadmap seems to have the roadmap is probably going to take a little longer to actually get those DApps released, like those DApps built on top of the network, than Icon. And Icon's a third of the value and has a whole country behind it. And that country happens to be the biggest investors in crypto. So I don't understand. Oh dear. I'm going to get in so much trouble because I know there's so many EOS fans and Cardano fans. I just bagged 2 of the top 10. I haven't bagged them. I think they're really promising projects. I said that Cardano's, the research, the minds, the vision for Cardano is mind-boggling. They described it as beautiful, and it is, but it ain't there yet. It's like paying $50 million for something that Picasso hasn't quite finished. Just go, I'll take it now, mate. It's all good. Look, that's my opinion, guys. You're all entitled to your own, but I think projects that are going to really prove the value of their coin are ones that can develop fastest into the real world. And I think Icon have set themselves up better to do that with their business connections in Korea than other DApp platforms of higher market caps. In addition to Icon, Neo seems like it should be worth more than EOS and Cardano right now based on the stage of development. I think it's mainly the China ban that kept Neo down. Seb, I can't disagree with that, man. I really can't disagree with that. How can I? They've released, what, 4 ICOs already? Red Pulse was a little sloppy by anecdotal evidence, but it was their first one. And then everything's gone quite well after that, including the Neo price. The transactions are quick. I can move my, they've got some problems with NEP5 token compatibility at the moment with actually sending NEP5 tokens, but that'll get ironed out. It's not like it's been like a security problem. It's just teething issues. So yeah, I can't disagree with that statement. And I know a lot of people would call us nuts, Seb, but I prefer to look at the, yes, the potential for sure, but the here and now impresses me a hell of a lot more. So yeah, I got to agree. Ross Roost, I wish I had enough cash to load up on Cardano, Icon, and EOS. They'll probably all do well. Don't disagree with that statement either. I don't disagree with that statement either. Provided all 3 of them, because Icon still hasn't run the main net either, but that's happening real soon, and coins will come very, very shortly after. So we'll get more proof on Icon quicker, but I do agree that they'll probably all do well in the long term. I just think that at least 2 of them are overstaged for the current stages of development, overpriced for the current stage of development. And I'm allowed to say that. It's my opinion. You guys are allowed yours. I don't ever censor anyone on the chat. I try and read as many of the messages as I can. So I hope that's okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to check out. It's been a super interesting convo, as always, with the Crypto Wave investment crew. You guys are just awesome at bringing up some really cool topics to talk about. I really enjoyed that topic yesterday that we looked at our worst mistakes in the crypto economy. I think we should spend a whole hour on that one day, because it's pretty cool to hear what other people have done and the mistakes they've made, and we can learn from that without making the mistakes ourselves. So I think that was a really cool topic. Can't remember who brought it up, but good idea. Yeah, so BP's come in and said, it's psychology. And it's a good point to end this conversation today. It's all about psychology. You stay frosty as well, Chico. Fish is out for the day. We'll see you tomorrow.